So I have never heard the Mortal Kombat theme until I watched this movie. So when I heard it, I was like, Mortal Kombat! Oh, wait, you weren't supposed to see that. Ah, crap. Okay, let's get to the review. Welcome back to my channel. This is Let's Be Real Brad. I talk about movies, TV shows, and do all sorts of other fun and exciting videos on the channel. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on this video, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. Before the new Mortal Kombat film hits theaters next weekend, I want to talk about the original 1995 film titled Mortal Kombat. It is directed by Paul W.S. Anderson in his directorial debut. It is based on the original 1992 smash hit video game called Mortal Kombat. This film follows the warrior monk Liu Kang, the actor Johnny Cage, and the soldier Sonya Blade, all three guided by the god Raiden to combat the evil sorcerer Shang Tsung and his forces in a tournament called Mortal Kombat to save Earth. This is my first time seeing this movie, which is fantastic because I have always wanted to check this movie out. Let's get right to the point and say, yeah, this isn't an excellent movie by any means. In fact, I will say right now that I think this is a bad movie, but do I enjoy it for what it is, and could I rewatch it again? Absolutely. For starters, I really do enjoy some of the casting choices here with Christopher Lambert as Raiden, Robin Shou as Liu Kang, and Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa as Shang Tsung were all perfect casting choices. They went all out in these performances, truly becoming these characters. Cary-Hiroyuki Tagawa was the first choice to play Shang Tsung by the producers, being the perfect fit. I also love how faithful it is to the original games and the sequels. Mortal Kombat 1 through 3 had already been released before this film came out, so I also love how cheesy and stupid this movie is. This movie is very self-aware about how ridiculous this idea is of these fighters from different places to come to this tournament and fight. Some of the characters even make some jokes about it, which I thought were the film's best jokes. The action scenes are pretty bad even for a 90s film that really was trying to be super cool and remarkable for its time. Even the costumes look pretty bad, even though I love the costume design of Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Now, let's dive right into the negatives, starting with the action. My God, it is so bad in the best possible way. There are like 3 decent fights in this film. The rest are very poorly shot. As you could tell, some can't even do the fighting, and if they can, it's just not that good. The dialogue is also quite bad, as there are many super duper cheesy one-liners that some of them work, but most of them I was just simply making fun of based on how bad they were. When also talking about the writing, it is also pretty bad and just all over the place. I know the film is about fighting just like the video game, which worked, but there are just random fight scenes that come out of nowhere and then go right into another scene like nothing from the last scene even mattered. I also hate the character of Sonya Blade, as she's supposed to be this awesome, kick-ass female in which the actress Bridget Wilson did all the impressive stunts. Unfortunately, they just make her an annoying, dumb, and undeveloped character. We hardly know anything about her, as she was never really given a small backstory. I also found this movie in the second act to be quite dull. It started to become a little too serious at points, with forced and unnecessary exposition dialogue that almost put me to sleep, but it made up for some entertaining action scenes later in the film. The production design is also terrible. I mean, I love how nifty and incredible the sets are. You can tell they were trying their best to make it look and feel just like the game, but unfortunately, every single set looks like they are on some studio recording it. The visual effects are also extraordinarily cheesy and pretty bad. I can't even say they were good as a 90s film because they weren't. Thankfully, they don't over rely on the CGI, trying to use practical effects as much as possible. As much as the CGI is terrible, it adds that 90s cheesy, dumb action movie style, which kind of makes me enjoy it. My last criticism, which I think is a criticism for everybody for the most part, is the PG-13 rating. This movie was trying to capitalize on the fact that many teenagers played these original games, even though the games were rated M, but still marketed to kids because that's the 90s for you. New Line knew that these kids wouldn't be allowed into a rated R film, so they just made it PG-13, making them a ton of money. But with it being PG-13, it is so wholly sanitized and ultimately takes away from the film. There is hardly any blood, gore, or real actual violence that these games completely revolutionized and what we're known for. Overall, this is a movie I had a blast with. The film knows how stupid and ridiculous the film is, making this movie watchable and fun at times. But the movie at its core isn't good, with very bad visual effects, action, and extremely outdated with a terrible script, and it's just not great. I am giving the 1995 Mortal Kombat a 4 out of 10. Next week, I will be reviewing the second Mortal Kombat film, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is currently on HBO Max after release of this video, so be sure to check it out before next week's review. As always, I will see you all in the following video.